Hi guys! So this is very exciting. I'm going to pick the third Popsugar Challenge book, 2026, and I have my bouquet of prompts and numbers and stuff. And like I said, I do have books on here, but I changed kind of a lot of them. Last time we were lucky that it was one of the books that I kept. So since I printed this, but I actually didn't want to do the whole thing, printing, cutting, all of that. I didn't want to do that again. So we'll just go with this. And I do have the updated list right here. So let's pick the next one. Okay. I'm not going to look, but I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see anything anyway. Okay, let's see. What's my next read? Okay, it's number 9. I think I changed this one. So number 9, I have the prompts here, is a book with a type C character. Yeah, I changed this actually several times. Yeah, what was the last one? Because I was having a little bit of a hard time picking this one. Oh yeah, it's Nita Prose, the Maid. So I was told this is a type C character. I don't if you don't think it's a type C character, don't come at me. I actually kind of recommended this as a type C character. So yeah, it's interesting because so far I had number 3, number 11, and number 9. So I have to pick from more a bit from the back next time. But yeah, I hope it's not too long. The previous one, Danny, the champion, it was kind of short. So I listened to it in 2 days because it was 4.5 hours, something like that. I listen to audiobooks normally because I don't have time to sit down. Anyway, so yeah, The Maid, Nita Prose. I've been intending to read this for a couple of years, and then I just didn't. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. I know absolutely nothing about this book or the author. So if you've read it, let me know in the comments. And if you don't think that it's about the type C character, then let me know that as well. But that's the book that I'm going to go with for now. So that's my next read. And so if you want to check out how I like it and all of those things, and maybe you want to follow along with how I do on this Popsugar Challenge, is 50 books, people. I read 40 last year, which is the most I've ever read in my life, and I'm 43. But yeah, so if you want to follow along, then, hit that follow button. And thanks for watching. So I'm excited to start a new book. Yay! See you in the next one. Hi guys! So this is a review of Nita Prose's The Maid. So this book was written in 2022, so it's my first read in this year that is from this millennium. Yay! So I read it as an audiobook, so I listened to it, and the narrator was Lauren Ambrose, and she's great, so I highly recommend the audiobook. And this book is about Molly Gray, Molly the Maid, who's neurodivergent. She comes out as autistic, probably. It's never actually said. So I gave this book 3 stars. And I gave this book 3 stars because it's supposed to be a mystery. And most of this book, like 80% of this book, is just Molly's life. She was brought up by her grandma, and um, she is kind of naive, sometimes painfully so. So really, like, there was a scene which was just really painful. And I'm neurodivergent myself. I have ADHD. And I see that some people who are neurodivergent are kind of infantilized by the people around them. And her grandmother is, I think, kind of infantilized her. She's in her 20s, and she has, like, sometimes the comprehension skill of someone much younger, and she gets into trouble all the time because of that. And it can't all be attributed to her neurodivergence. Part of it is just upbringing and being so sheltered and only watching Columbo on TV. That she's just painfully naive, and I really didn't like that about her character. Also, partly because, just because you're neurodivergent, it doesn't mean that you're, like, have no awareness of the world. And also, I tried to look it up, because sometimes it's very obvious that Nita Prose probably never had any hotel experience. I've actually worked in some hotels in the UK as a receptionist. And also, we don't call them maids, we call them housekeepers. Anyway, so stuff like, this is a big posh hotel, and she uses the regular guest elevator. She doesn't use a service elevator like in most big posh hotels. I don't know, maybe because this is, I think, in New York, so maybe it's a New York thing. But in most big posh hotels, you have a service elevator, and the housekeeping just uses the service elevator. You're not supposed to use anything else. And also stuff like, she's taking so much in the room. I mean, most hotel housekeeping has like 30 minutes for a room, maybe 45 if it's like a big suite. But she's like very meticulous. And also another thing is that the mystery is like not a huge part of this story. So the mystery is kind of integrated into her life, but she's not actually trying to solve the mystery. So she's not looking for clues. She's not looking for the killer. It's sort of like just going about with her day, and just stuff happens. But there is an interesting twist in the end, which kind of like makes you think of everything that happened before. So maybe that could be an explanation. But I don't know. It kind of like, I've been sitting with that twist, and I'm not really sure if it actually works with the rest of the story. I don't know. It's like, if you read it, you'll know, or if you've read it. If you've read it, tell me what you thought about the twist, because I've been like kind of puzzled, because then in light of the twist, some things that she did kind of feel weird. Anyway, so this is actually, more of her story. So will I continue this trilogy? Maybe not right now, because I have 50 books for the Popsugar challenge and 12 books for the Agatha Christie challenge. So I don't really want to like get bogged down in a series. Maybe I kind of liked her character in spite of the naivety, but I didn't really like the mystery aspect. And actually, I've had some other ideas how the mystery could have been solved. But yeah, and also at the end, she doesn't seem to like actually progress or grow. She just finds a way to live with her naivety, because her grandmother actually died before the start of the book. So she's been on her own for some months, and she's really not finding her own way. So she has this job, but everything else is like not really going well. And by the end of the book, of course, it will be better, but it's more like the issues that she had, her naivety, her not really being knowledgeable about the actual world, it never actually gets solved or resolved or better. She just finds another. I'm just going to say she just finds another person to like help her and to help her navigate the world, which I would have much more preferred her to like, because it is good to have a support system, but also just because you're neurodivergent, it doesn't mean that you can't be on your own, that you can't exist on your own. I moved to another country on my own. Okay, mine isn't so severe. But I have had my challenges. I've only just been officially diagnosed a few months ago, so and just started meds. So it's been a challenge all my life. Sometimes even without knowing it, I just knew that my brain worked a bit different. But yeah, so I would have probably preferred her to find kind of like grow as a person, and I don't really feel like she grew as a person. She did gain some more acceptance because at the start she's not really accepted, which I can relate to. I mean, I've only always been the weird one, but yeah, I think it would have worked better if she grew as a person more. But yeah, that's the book. That's why it gets only 3 stars. The mystery wasn't that compelling, and I had some issues with the character herself, and so it's 3 stars. It's not 2 because if it would be like really egregious, then it would be a 2. But I actually enjoyed it otherwise, and I am curious about how Molly's life progresses in the next 2 books, and there's also a novella. So someday I may continue this series, but for now, no. For now, it's going to be the next Popsugar, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to draw my 4th book in the Popsugar Challenge, so that's going to be in my next speaking video. And thank you for listening. If you read the book, tell me how you liked it. Tell me your thoughts. You can also, link a video, and also you can read my full review on Goodreads, Storygraph, and my own blogger site, the Unapologetic Reviews. So thanks for watching, and bye. See you in the next one.